Hi!
Hi!
Nice to have you here. We have here today I do an interview today with Rocky V. Yeah,
Rocky
no, Rocky G or Rocky V?
No, it was Rocky G for many years, and I assumed my mom's name, that is Valente, and Valente means brave.
Oh,
it's a cool surname, and it's a little bit how I define myself. So,
wow.
Valente means Rocky Brave.
Yes, Rocky Brave in the house. Today I interview an international DJ, and she lives in Portugal. She's married with a Dutch guy named Paul, and they have 6 children. And I am so curious about these women because I interview a lot of women once a month, a lady on the top. And last time we had a girl from Diesel. She was also a director, always from Diesel, later from Tommy Hilfiger. And now we have an international DJ. And for me, it's important with the community I run that we uplift women and also see that there are many, many, many possibilities for women, and even when they are also a mom. And Rocky, can you introduce yourself? Who are you?
Let me do it in a short way. Yes. Okay, I was born in Lisbon, but I was raised in a tiny island in Africa. It's a little tiny, Saint Mary Príncipe, cannot properly Google it. And I grew up with no shoes on my feet and in a cocoa farm. So my growing up is different and give me a lot of wings to fly. Then very early I lost my mom, and very early I decided few things in my life. One, I always did want to have a big family because I had no brothers, and that is the reason I have this enormous amount of kids. Yeah. And I become very early because I grew up seeing my parents doing commerce, so export and import, and I grew up on their desk. So very early in my life, I set up my first company when I was 19. I was like a dog dealer, not a drug dealer, but a dog dealer. So I used to advise people to choose their dogs and for what kind of lifestyle they had. And then later in my life in Portugal, because I came back from Africa, I became a TV host. I did a lot of sexy magazine covers, and I lived all that life, and then music found me.
Yeah.
And when music found me, I stopped with everything that I was doing, and I just give myself to the music. On the way, I had 4 kids already.
Yeah. What kind of music was that?
I started in 2008, so I was playing what we call open format. Then it's playing all kinds of music because it was a lot about reading your crowd and understanding the needs. It's a lot about how I see DJing is a lot about giving. It's funny because we will for sure talk about giving today. And then I progressed, and on the last 2 years, I playing exclusive techno. Yeah. I lived on the Netherlands, and my Dutch is terrible, but I lived there for almost 7 years.
Yeah.
And that is me. I can talk about myself loads of hours, but maybe many people saw me or know me in Holland or have a small memory, because on the end 2018, I did this viral video. And the viral video was telling this story that I was a mom of 6 and I was an international DJ. And CBS picked up that, and it was really, really cool. And I will never forget, even people on the school of my kids came to me. It's really a warming feeling, because that video, and because you are saying uplifting women, comes from the fact that when I had my last baby, I could not travel or DJ for, she was born premature, is a long story, but she's great now. And I felt the need to tell my story so I could get my place again on the industry. Yeah. So basic, short version. This is me.
Yeah, and now we are stuck at this pandemic worldwide. You live in Portugal right now. And you cannot be a DJ right now. How does it affect you right now?
Oh, okay. So you have many people are affected by this. But when you are exclusive a DJ, and there is where your income comes from, and an international DJ where majority of my time I'm on tour, or I'm at home with my kids, or I'm on tour. And my husband works directly with me, so we share the companies from both. We basically lost everything. And on the moment to the other, you had no income, no idea when you are going to have an income. And it was really hard, really, really hard. And in the point in the beginning was, for the first months was a lot about, can I bring this online? Can I make money online? But you have music rights, so it's really tricky and difficult. But the second part was who I am. Who am I now? Because people is expecting me to keep doing music, but you are an artist as well. Yeah. You need inspiration. You need uplifting. I feel very far away from music. Make me cry now. Yeah. When I see me playing or I put music together, I feel a deep sadness to not be able to tour and do what I was. So it have been a journey, but I learned very early in my life, then the bad things happen to you. Life, Tony Robbins, he always say, life don't happen to you, but for you. Yes. And I found a silver, like a side on this pandemic was transforming my life in a certain way. I feel then this is forcing me to do something that I really did want to do. And because of all the brands connected and all the business deals and everything, I had no space to do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really recognize that because I'm also creative. I paint on weddings, I paint on companies.
Beautiful!
Drawings. For me, it was also like, okay, everything is gone right now. And what are the possibilities? And me and my husband, we started a TV show for 3 weeks with all the help from other directors and other peoples. And so I started to paint on the television, but on a Facebook television. So we made a television show on Facebook. And that's why we kept on going. But you really started to think about, who am I? Who am I without the work you can do? So that is very recognizing. I recognize that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's the scary part as well, because look, for my industry, if you speak with the government in Holland, they will tell you that nothing is going to be normal until 2024. Yeah. So it's really, even if you have a good amount of money aside, it is tricky. You need to put your life on hold and maybe do some changements. For example, maybe take your kids from the expensive school. You guys don't have that, but from the expensive school then we have here, and find a good school with a good opportunity for them. Maybe don't live on that place. Maybe find a place where safety is good and you don't have to pay somebody. And for the kids as well was important for us to show. Then sometimes you need to give 2 steps back, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. And they need. I grew up with no electricity, and many times with no water and with no toys and no chocolates. And it's not because my parents had no money. They had, but because you lived so far away, you could not have cows for milk because they had no cows, or they had no, and you learn then it don't need to be a limitation. You need to win a weapon to cross that. Yeah. So it's a lesson then we need to give to our kids. And it's a lesson about mindset as well, because on the end, you will always see then people with certain mindsets, they will be in a certain level.
Yeah, and you also made something new about it. You made a new company.
Yeah, no, I had. Okay, so I had.
Tell me more.
Yeah. So okay, when I was pregnant of Max and I was on bed rest, and for sure if someone went through that, it was, for me, used to traveling the world constantly because I'm hyperactive. To be on bed rest was, I didn't want to die. I was full depressed. Yeah. And I loved my daughter. I loved the baby that I had inside of my belly. But and extra, I was vomiting 27 times a day. So it's towards, it's sad to say like this, but for me, I was in a different country because I just did arrive to Holland. I had no friends except my beautiful husband, but I was out of my environment. So it was really, really intense, and it was a struggle. And I learned then what makes you keep pushing is progress. So I used that time to learn. I learned storytelling, I learned copy, how to write good copy, I learned how to create viral videos, I learned Facebook ads, I learned. And then as soon as I could, I put together that video with that strategy. And that video in 1 week, not just had like millions of views, but had as well many companies coming back to me and say, okay, we want to do viral videos, can you help us? Yeah. And I'm talking about big companies. I'm talking about Coca-Cola, and I'm talking about Mercedes, and I'm talking about Porsche, and I'm talking about that kind of projects. I even was invited to close TEDx in Amsterdam. So it's really like, I did Playboy cover after that. So it's like, wow. And all that, constantly I was getting, so I found with Paul Uyghur Influence, then is a company who was helping people to create content, but specific artists, because I did not want to go very far away from my industry, because that will take more time for me, more ideas. So when this did happen, and I start to see a lot of people feeling, okay, this is happening, I need to take my products, my idea online. Yeah. And in special to Instagram, I can handle anything, but Instagram was the thing that I feel more, I need to do this, and how I do, and then they do, and they do, it's done, you know, and and then many people say, how I'm going to, like you, for example, I have this, you have this beautiful art. Yeah. How I'm going to how can I use this to sell? And I had that knowledge because my knowledge was...
Because I have now 3,675 followers on Instagram. Yay, happy. Yeah. So what kind of tip you can give me to grow?
Okay. The first thing you need to do is to have a clear mind of who you are, what you are doing on Instagram specific, and who do you think is your audience? Yeah. When you are starting, you need to do like that. When you have data, when you are growing already, you can find who is your audience more or less. Yeah. But on the beginning, who are you? So who you want to be on Instagram, and why? Yeah. Why you want to be there? Yeah. Because your why, it needs to be strong so you can manage this blueprint. Yeah. Yeah. Then a very important thing that everyone needs to do, and is free, is to change their Instagram profile for a business profile. Yeah. It's very easy. You can change on the definitions, because the business profile or created profile, you have two options now, let you get much more data, and let you get even the moment then you can post, because the hour then you post is really important. Yeah. That is something. Yeah. Then when you post, like, you don't need to post every day. I don't believe in that anymore. Yeah. But you need to post point one, value. Yeah. Because we don't sell anything on the internet. Yeah. The only way you sell something is giving. On the way, like, teach how you do your beautiful paintings if you have a course. Yeah. Or give value, or make a funny video, or solve a problem, or show your journey. Like, if you don't know, I remember, headset stands like on yoga. I show my progress during 30 days, and people love that.
Yeah.
Because you don't need, and now you see that it's very trending on Facebook. Show your stretch marks, show your wrinkles, show all of that. Be real.
Yeah.
People want you to be real. And then I think the most important thing is you don't need to have thousands of followers. Forget that idea. Okay? When someone say to me, oh, I just had 10 likes. And I say, yeah. So now picture that 10 people in front of you. 10 people went to you and give you the like.
Yeah.
How good is that?
Yeah.
Extra, people have this thing, so they post. And then they run away from Instagram.
Yeah.
And the point is, you need to babysit your posts.
Yeah.
So you post, and for example, you have some hashtags. Don't use always the same hashtags. We can do after about this. So you put like hashtags reference for that post. Don't copy paste because you will not work so well. You can get shadow banned and other things. But then, for example, when you post something, you should write, do you like my left drawing or my right drawing? So do a post and make them start commenting. Commenting is fundamental on this because commenting is the key of what I teach. Why? If you have 10 followers, you need to convert 10 followers in friends, in family. How you do that? Each time you get a new follower, you pick up your Instagram and you send a voice message and you say, hi Chantal, I love that you are following me. I check out your account and I love your drawing. I hope one day we can work together. We are building a connection. Extra, go to your bio. And on your bio, I'm giving a lot of different ideas. On your bio, explain who you are. If you have an open business, please God, leave a phone number there. Opening and a closing time is fundamental. People are looking for that. And then you have an option. Give something on your bio link, you know the link? For example, give the opportunity of someone to give something. For example, get my desktop safe drawing for you. And in change, they will give you your email. And then
it's very nice.
What you have? I don't know what you have, but you have for
sure. I have now free drawing lessons. So when they put on my bio, in November, I put it like it's Drawvember. So every day I show what you can do with illustrations or with paintings, just by being creative, what you can do with it. So every day it's a new because I post every day right now.
But you can do it. You can do it if you it's just. Many people don't know. Then you can organize your posts. You can prepare your posts and put, or using a Facebook, you can go to Creator Studio and just post on the correct times, on the correct days, and organize yourself. But the best thing is to have a strategy. Like, let's see Instagram has our superpower and not like a need, like going to the dentist. I need to go to the dentist, but I don't like. It's not that, and we want to feel. We want to feel.
I think a lot of people I know, a lot of women also, they have their own company, or they just started, or they are longer, and they say to me, "Oh, I really don't like social media. I don't."
I get that a lot.
They are a lot of afraid about being visible. They say, but I don't know what to post, or
I know.
I
have a good solution for you. I don't know what to post. I get a lot. I don't know what to post. Me either. It's terrible. And if you are busy, for sure you have days, then you don't know what to post. So I have this rule. If you define who you are on Instagram, this works well. So imagine then it's me, and I am not just a brand. I talk about my kids and my dogs. And I teach you to do something. I don't like the word teach, but I share what's working for me. And I teach. I used to do touring, my values. So I divide my content in day one, whatever day it is. I will post about my family, my private life. Day 2, I will post my social media tips and tricks, idea or something to solve a problem. Day 3, I will post about throwback moments. Then it's great to build your company, telling something that didn't happen to you before.
Yeah.
Day 4, I will post about an inspirational quote, because we all need inspirational stuff.
Yeah.
And like that, I divide, so I know I have already ideas.
Yeah.
I know exactly what to look into. And I don't feel like my values will guide me. And now, obviously, don't need to be a mathematic rule. Nothing is a mathematics. It's just to help you doing that.
Yeah.
Another thing that I get a lot is I don't want to show my face on the camera. You don't need to show your face on the camera. Show what you want to get.
Yeah.
One of the biggest vloggers for food, you never saw his face. He's always cooking and he's always talking in voiceover. It's something that I teach as well. Find your voice. You don't need to be the same voice than the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just, like, Instagram is one of the nicest places to be. Yeah. And you just need, if you give value and you start being grateful for the feedback instead to see the likes and not see the real people.
Yeah.
And when you start, for example, this is one of my favorite tricks that I have. When someone replied to you on a comment, please, God, go back and reply to them. That is one.
Yeah.
Point 2, reply to them with a question.
Yeah.
And why a question? Why a question? Because that means then you went, for example, how I do it. I go to your profile if I don't know you, and I will check your profile, and I will come back and I say, Chantal, I saw you love to draw. Or Chantal, I saw you live in Amsterdam. Or Chantal, something, and you create a question, means then you spend your time to check out the other profile.
Yeah.
Or how is the weather there? How many years do you draw? Or even if you cannot see the profile because it's a private account, say, how has your week been? How you found me? And that person will come back and answer you, and you guys start a conversation. Yeah. And that is the difference between seeing a big account with 20 comments and you see a small account with 20 comments.
Yeah, really. Wow, I really love this interview already. We can talk for hours. And do you now you're just working now on this company and you are successful? Do you have dreams? Do you have dreams?
Of course, I have dreams. My biggest dream is to help as many people as I can, in special on this situation, is to share my knowledge, run my webinars, free webinars, because I want, in special women, I'm very girl power. Yeah. I want women to know then this can be opportunity. This can be a moment for them to shine. This is not obliged to be the end. This can be the beginning. Yeah. And give them the tools, then work for me. That is my dream. I want to grow my brand, myself as that. I'm so focused on that.
Oh, wow. And how can people, how they find you? How can they work with you? And for who is it?
For any person, for any person who wants to put their brand, create their Instagram account and start not just selling, but building relations and connections on Instagram. Whatever is a local business, or is an influencer, or is a brand, or you want to start selling on Instagram. Instagram did update their account, their setup a few days ago. They are going to push a lot for people to be able to buy directly on Instagram. And it's for that people, and it's special for women, because we always still need more than the other ones. And you can contact me. You can check out, speak with me. They can speak with you. I think it's the best way.
I will send them, Esther, I will send them the link, because in my community there are a lot of creative women, but also with fashion stores, and also with beauty salons, coaches. There are a lot of different women, but all very creative and out of box thinking,
I think the best way is to speak with you, and then we'll filter. People are working with me. You always have a call with me. Then is the extra thing. We set up something together, and then they can learn with me and go for.
Yeah, it's very nice. Wow, what an interview. I don't want to stop talking, but we have to finish up, and I think this is gonna be more. I think we're gonna, in a few months, months, we can do a feedback, and I really love your time. Thank you very much. Greetings to your husband Paul and your children.
Oh, good to him.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you very much. And if people want to know more, please contact me, and I will give you all the links and things to my dearest friend Rocky. And see you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.